how this whole shit about Bleu DaVinci and a rat even come together in the same sentence. All right. It came from Big Meech. That's why it's implanted into people like that. That's why it's out there like that. That's why people is damn near positive that I told. Because initially in 2007 or 8, the word came from Big Meech, and it was in reference to that limousine, the black limousine, and the same limousine that this nigga Salsa is put. He put somebody's paperwork in his book. He put my picture next to the paperwork, and he told a story about how I, Bleu DaVinci, told about this limo and all of this other shit. When in actuality, the paperwork was Ralph Sims' paperwork, and he put my picture next to another nigga's paperwork. That came later. What came first? The reason why he did that is because Big Meech put the word on the streets when the limousine first got picked up that I told on it, okay? And that's without receiving paperwork on who actually told on the limo. So what happened was this. It was a situation like this. You had a house, okay? And in this house, there were certain people that were known affiliates that would, do things at this certain house that was in question. So once people got arrested, quote unquote, it was basically like the niggas that got arrested already knew about the house. Nobody had told about the house. And give me a little bit more light in this bit. Nobody told about the limo at the house, right? So
this is in Atlanta.
This is in Atlanta. It happened in Atlanta. But nobody told about the limo when they all got picked up, right? So what does that mean?
Just so people are clear, the Detroit indictment happened in 2005. You didn't get picked up for 2 more years.
For a year and some change after, okay?
Okay. And there's this limo sitting with $900,000.
Okay, so when they got indicted, when Big Meech and the rest of the guys got indicted, the first people, whoever told first to get to take the information to the jury to get the indictments initially, those people didn't have enough information to get me indicted. Either that or they was just saying, because I never saw those statements, okay? I never saw the initial statements that got all of the first round of people locked up in 2005, October, all right? So when they did backdate and they put some statements up that got me indicted was a year and some change later. It was a year later and I went on a run and I got picked up even later than that. So naturally, I was told on. That's how I got picked up. If not, then I would have been told on anyway and got picked up in the first indictment with Meech and them. But they didn't have enough information to indict me or when they took the information to the grand jury at the beginning.
So is it safe to say it's highly likely somebody in those, it was 30 people in Detroit, of which we know quite a few gave information.
I got the statements on who told on me. I don't have to guess and say it's highly likely. I know exactly who told on me and gave the statements from Detroit. All right. But I'm not here to talk about that right now. The people in Detroit know those people. See, I'm not here to make Detroit look bad because Detroit is a great city with some great niggas and some beautiful hustlers there. So I'm not there to throw smut on Detroit. I'm just here to bring awareness to the situation since niggas got it out there all crazy and with the wrong information out there. I'm just here to clear up the information that's here, not to add information on people and all that shit. I let the boys in the D take care of their people in the D. Now, if it was some niggas from where I'm from that we had that issue with, then I would be instrumental in fucking with that. So that's their issue to deal with all them niggas that told on us that's from the D. Now, because it wasn't only people from the D that told. I don't want to make it seem like that. You know what I'm saying? So now.
Oh, there was a lot of, in every city there was informants.
Right. Okay. So now.
Not informants, but cooperating
cooperators that, they did what they had to do to try to do what they had to do to get where they were trying to go. Now, go ahead.
So the allegation against you of snitching was only for the money, and that wasn't even you, that was Ralph Sims. And
but the thing was this was the thing about it. Fuck the allegation. It's the boss on the phone. See, the boss would be on the phone. I'm going to use Jay Diggs, for instance, the nigga Jay Diggs. I hate to even say his name and give his little crusty ass any kind of fucking light or shine because he's a fucking shine thirst motherfucker. But what he did, it was some whole shit because we were supposed to be friends, number one. But what he did was the truth. And I'm torn between it because I live by a motto where the truth can never be considered as disrespect. But it can be considered as disrespect pending the way that the person releases the information. Okay. So now the truth of the matter is Jay Diggs was on the phone with Big Meech at a certain point in time, and Big Meech was saying, man, I can't believe this nigga Blue done told about this limo.
Jay
Man,
Diggs is he's the Oakland rapper?
From the Bay, yeah. Big Meech tell Jay Diggs, man, I love the nigga Blue, man, but the nigga a rat, man. I can't believe this nigga told on his limo and blah, blah, blah. He had this conversation on the phone with Jay Diggs, and Jay Diggs later did a song, and he basically reenacted that in a rap and said what Meech said. So basically, he tried to say he wasn't saying I was a snitch, but he was just saying what Big Meech, the boss, had said on the phone to him in the record. And I love the nigga Blue, but the nigga a rat. He rapped like Kumo D, some old school ass fucking Kumo D ass nigga rapping. And that's what the line was that I heard in the song, right? But then when we pushed the line, his word back was, man, Blue my man. I don't even know why Blue mad at me. And I did that just what Meech said. But how he played that shit was some hoe shit. He didn't get with me and try to figure it out. He came to see me one time when I had my restaurant in Atlanta, but he just was on some sucker shit. See, all that shit is for clout. See, that's for clout. So I don't like to really respond to that, feed into that shit, because I give them what they looking for in that. You know what I'm saying? So when I live in my truth, bro, I'm 45 years old, bro. I live in my truth. So I don't give a fuck for real what people say or how they feel, because I live in the truth. You only care when you live in a lie or you live in it and you feel funny about it. Nigga, I go to sleep and wake up just fine every day in my situation. It was Meech that put that word there that made the masses of people start saying it initially in 2008. And
was he just, he was just confused, or?
It was like this. Okay. All right. It was like, I'm gonna just use a number. Say it was 9 people that would frequent a house that would go, shit would go on that. So you like know these 9 people, right? The house get hit, all right? It get hit by the feds, all right? Later on, a year later or something, everybody go to jail. When people go to jail, this house in the limo and shit, the information about the limo that was at the house that never got picked up when the house got raided, nobody ever said nothing, not a Meech and all of the people that was there that knew, okay? Now here I come a year later. I come get picked up a year later now. Nobody said nothing about this limo, so everybody that's in there is feeling like, nigga, if I get out first, that's my $1 million and my 9 guns. I'm gonna get it, I'm gonna have it. That's probably how all of us felt that knew about the limo. Because that's how I felt, nigga. I even had the fucking serial numbers on the motherfucker so I could track the car down and actually go buy it and get that motherfucker. And I know how to open it up and get the money out. You feel me? So that's how I know all of us was feeling without even talking to the guys about it, right? So I'm in jail, bro, in Atlanta already. I'm already in jail. I'm finna go to my sentencing. I didn't sign my plea agreement and everything. I'm ready to go get my time. And I look up on the news one day in the day room and they done found the limo. And I'm like, what the fuck? So like that night, I'm on phone calls with niggas that night. Niggas is like, boy, niggas is saying you told about this limo. And I'm like, nigga, what? What the fuck? Hold on, I'm calling niggas. Nigga like, yeah, man, niggas is saying everybody came through. Didn't say nothing. I hear you come, you finna go to sentencing on Friday, and now the limo come out. Niggas is saying you told. Niggas try to put 1 and 2 together and just say I told because they figured Blue is the last nigga that really know about this house. That now he come through and they find out about the limo. So instead of doing some gangster shit, the real, see, when you a mob, bro, fuck that. When you were in the street life, bro, you supposed to operate a certain way when it comes to street shit, especially information about snitches and information that has been given to the government. You cannot mark a person with information that has been given to the government without the paperwork to facilitate that. You understand what I'm saying? You can't just say, well, shit, this nigga, man, hold on. All of us was already locked up. The only other nigga that was around there was Blue. To be Blue. That don't work, my nigga. You can't consider yourself a boss and move like that and make decisions like that. How you gonna be a mob boss and you condemn one of your best friends and your little homie of being a rat, my nigga, and you ain't seen no paperwork?
When's the last time you spoke on the phone with Meech?
2017.
Like
2017.
17.
We've spoken all the way. He apologized for that. Once he got the paperwork and figured it out, if people go look up the Source magazine
Oh,
in
so it's other
2000,
people now just repeating what he already.
I always like to say it like this. Watch this, gang. I always like to say it like this. Remember when you was a kid in the class and you do that one test and you say something to the person in their ear on this side and they got to keep
pass it
telling
around.
That's what happened with me and this shit. So it turned into I told on Big Meech, I put everybody in prison. I done had niggas come on my page, we gonna kill you because you told on Big Meech and the whole BMF. They turned me into William Marshall, into BI. That from that one thing that Meech said turned me in for years, bro. I've been fucking labeled as a snitch, bro, or just the not the inside people that really know, or the people that knew me, or the people that know. Just by the people that's latching on and finding out what's going on. Oh, BMF is what? And oh, Big Meech is who? And Bleu DaVinci snitched? That is like a part of it, like it really happened because it was coming from Meech, bro. So ain't nobody questioning that, and it just spread until the paperwork is just now coming out, niggas, who for the public to understand that was Ralph Sims' paperwork and not mine, so people can finally stop saying, man, Blue ain't told on that limo. But they try to bounce to something else now. It ain't the limo no more that we dealing with. We talking about something else now.
Yeah.
Now it's just that I went to a debriefing. It was not that I even told, it's that I did a debriefing. But what niggas don't understand is this was my first offense. Number one, I never knew what a debriefing was, nigga. I heard debriefing the word before, but it always had to do with a military, never a jail. I never been locked up, nigga, I don't know. Once I got arrested by the U.S. Marshal Fugitive Task Force, bro, and handcuffed, they grabbed me by my neck and by my shoulder, and they pushed me and pulled me anywhere they wanted to go. I never went into a room with the police on my own recognizance. I've never said, oh, I want to go to a meeting, or I want to try to do, never, ever. Anywhere, only place I ever went on my own was through my attorney, and that was my plea agreement meeting. That is where the debriefing happened. There was no, oh, not no plea on the table, and now they just finna debrief me and find out what went on before everything. No. That debriefing came in with my plea agreement meeting with the feds to see if once, because they gave me everything, they put everything on the table that I asked for. The safety valve, I asked for. The lower third of the sentencing guide to assign to the lower third, we asked for, and shit like that. And they gave it to us. So now we had to go to the meeting. And now when we go to the meeting, that's what the debriefing was. I didn't know that it was called a scheduled meeting with my attorney present and me present, and them showing me all of the statements that these niggas had against me. To me, that's what the meeting was. Okay. Now, if you want to call this a debriefing, debriefing was showing me all of the statements that these niggas had made against me. That's how I know who everybody had told on me before I even went to jail. Before I even had my own discovery paperwork. When I went with these people, they laid out all the 14 statements that was against me. I had 14 statements against me, bro. That's what my
14 different people?
Yes, 14 different people, different statements.
And according, I only know what I read in the book about you. Like, so you basically pled guilty to unloading cocaine.
Yeah. All right. So initially, right, this is what it was and how I got my time. This is explain a lot. Initially, all right, I signed my plea agreement for 109 months. The judge agreed to come out of the mandatory minimum of 10 years because of I was awarded that, and it was back up to the judge's discretion at that time. I don't know how it is now, if they got the discretion again, where they could look at your criminal history, your background, and look at your positive accomplishments, look at you in court, hear the case, and make their own decision whether they want to come out of a mandatory minimum or whatever. They could depart from the sentencing guidelines. So now, when you take Bleu DaVinci and put him as the defendant, what you got at that time was a half a paragraph on a piece of paper, which was my rap sheet, which was this case. It was the charges from this case. I had no prior, okay? Now, my positive accomplishments that sat in front of the judge were this tall, and she couldn't see past them. She had to look over them and around them to talk when they were in front of her. I'm talking about I got movie scripts from the roles that I've done, Paramount Pictures, Trimark Pictures. I've got record deals, Koch Records. I've got all of the, things from community people and fucking toy drives I done did, and all of the great things I done did. I did the church and all of this shit they didn't turn in, from the school and principals, all this shit that we do to get the people to turn in a positive information. The shit was this tall on her desk, bro. People have to understand that this is a judge we was dealing with. I didn't go to trial. I didn't have a jury to decide my fate. I had one person to make a decision on my sentencing, and it was up to her discretion to do it how she wanted to do it. So to not make a long conversation about it, how she felt about Bleu DaVinci was, I don't see how you got caught up with these people. You had a fucking great career that you was already in, not ahead of you. You were already in the career. And she was like, bro, how did you do this? And my whole thing was like, look, I didn't sign up to this shit to be a fucking drug dealer. I signed up for this shit to do music. It was stomping ground entertainment. That's the fuck what it was. All that extra shit. Period. So if I gotta go to jail, I gotta go to jail. But I'm going to jail knowing that I was doing motherfucking music with these niggas, blah, 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 blah. I'm trying to save Meech from doing drugs, my nigga. If the shit went the way that it was supposed to go, none of us would have went to prison if everybody could understand that. Maybe people think I'm crazy for saying that, but I will get to that later, and I'll show you actually how we wouldn't have went to prison if the shit would have went how I envisioned it and planned for it to go. All right, so go ahead with your.
So they didn't even say, there was no pleading guilty to you really distributing drugs, just kind of helping unload and move it around.
Okay, so look, I pled guilty for the distribution of 150 kilos or more. Is
that
what
you
I
were
pled
supposedly
guilty
personally sold, or that you unloaded?
It don't matter. I was just
just all
responsible
together.
for them. So see,
It's all
see, they don't, bro. When you deal with drugs and shit, they're not asking you, did you personally sell it or whatever. If I
You part
received
of the
80
operation.
kilos, I received 80 kilos. Whether I took them out of the car and counted them, whether I stacked them up, whether I waited till people come and pick them up or whatever, I received 80 kilos, and that's what I'm responsible for. So at the beginning, you had the William Marshall nigga told these people that he seen me receive 80 to 100 kilos on at least 6 to 7 occasions. One instance he could remember for certain was 4th of July, 2003, where I had a party at my house, a 4th of July party at my house. And after the party, when everybody had left, all the party goers left, a white limo came to my house and I unloaded it, and he helped me unload it with 80 to 100 kilos at my house with just me.
Who is this now?
That's Doc,
me ask
William Marshall.
Yeah, so just so people know, he's one of the, well, as far as the case, he was very important for the federal government.
No, he is the star witness.
But is he real?
BMF
Like,
case.
did they, because the feds will do this sometimes. They'll have a lot of information and they'll need one guy to run it through, and they'll feed it to him and have him, was he really around like that to know all the information?
Ooh,
he seems like kind of a flaky guy.
Hold on. Hey, y'all. This shit I'm smoking. It's some fucking gas, boy. Excuse me. Yes. William Marshall, bro, had at that point in time, William Marshall, Doc Marshall, was responsible for Southwest T and his crews, cars, places they lived, the houses, and all of that. He was in
charge of all that.
Yeah, he was the guy you go to get your houses and cars. So now what? Like right now, say,
so
all right, hold on, watch this.
Though. He was a fraudster.
I don't know about that. Just hold on. Watch this. If I wanted a car and I needed a crib in Atlanta, then I could go to Doc and he could get me the shit and I give him the bread. But when I give him the bread and he get me the shit, he write my name down in his little ledger, say Blue, got this house at this address, and it's $3,200 a month, and it's due on this date in his ledger. And he say Blue has this car, and the payment is due on this date. So that's how he keeps track. They got the ledger, and that's how BMF got exposed. So what they did, once they got the ledger, they got all the T's Southwest, because we wasn't fucking with T&M at this time. So we didn't have shit, from my understanding. We probably did still have a couple spots with BI. The ones that got raided probably came from BI because he told, so that's why they got raided. But I wasn't fucking with that nigga like that. Like, my shit didn't come from Cuz. Like, so none of my cars and shit, none of my shit came through him. I ain't like that nigga anyway. I told me from the beginning.
What was he like? He seems kind of...
We still had the White House, and that nigga BI was trying to get too close to the other side and not do cars. I had said to Meech before, and he know this. He gonna hear this and see this one day. He gonna know I said this to him, and I'm gonna give him his response. He'll probably laugh at this. I said, damn, bro, why we just don't let the car man do cars and shit? Why? Because the car man know all the street niggas. So the street niggas know he fucking with BMF, he fucking with Meech. So the street niggas, that's a regular nigga that's coming to drop him a bag for a car, like, nigga, here go 200,000, nigga, get me some shit from Meech, bro. You fuck with the nigga. So now he's coming bringing money to Meech. Like, nigga, and me at first, niggas was like, man, nigga ain't fuck with that nigga, man, like that, man, do the car. And then, I don't know, somehow nigga got in on the other side and nigga was fucking with some dope, so niggas, he was soft. So nigga tried to rob him. So when they come in the house, do the home invasion, his man was with him, killed one of the niggas, or he killed one of the niggas, one of them, I don't know how that went, and they ran up out the house. When they ran up out the house, the police came up in there and found the floor safe. Pulled up the floor safe, had like 3 bricks in it, then it had the ledger with all T&M houses and shit in it. So they went on to St. Louis, Detroit, all these places kicking in their processing houses and all that shit. And
So the
picked all
case
them niggas
really
up.
did start
With them niggas, bro. They picked all them niggas up, then they came, they told on us, and they came and picked us up, bro. That's how the shit went, flat out. Fuck what a nigga talking about. If you got the paperwork, you know. Or look up the case, you can see.
Well, that's kind of what the Mira Shalhoub book it basically says originally, and she went through all the stuff. So yeah. So Doc Marshall sounds like he was
too.
with what'd you say? You know, fuck
that bitch too. Mara, fuck her. They ain't fucking with her. That bitch is a snake. That snake bitch followed Meech around just like the motherfucking DEA agent
before
did.
the indictment.
Before all that shit, she was following. She's the first motherfucker that said Big Meech killed Wolf. She's the first motherfucker that reported that to the police and to them people. Yeah, he ain't killed no motherfucking Wolf, man. Watch out.
I thought she came in
after
after and just wrote a book.
Millions of dollars. She's the first one to make millions of dollars off BMF.
Oh, I thought she just wrote a book after the fact. Oh, she was
the journalist that was following us through everything we was doing, bro.
Oh, so she almost helped. Oh, because her narrative probably influenced the prosecutor's description.
Yes, of course. Yes, of course. She wasn't at first. She was. So, and then she befriended Meech while he was in prison, and that's how she was able to do all that shit she did. He co-signed that shit, bro. Didn't get no money from, as far as I'm concerned. He might have got some money, but I ain't never heard of that. But Mara's rich from off BMF. She loves that we did that and all went to prison and niggas died and shit. She loves it. She's rich from it.
You know that for a fact. I mean, she benefited. Well, she sold a lot of that book. So speaking of,
the fucking book was an urban bestseller for like fucking 12 years straight.
Yeah, you're right.
Has anybody seen her? Have you seen her?
No.
All right then. She ain't no broke ass journalist in Atlanta, is she? She rich as fuck, and you ain't seen she got rich off doing nothing else. All you seen her name on was BMF. She took my shit and got rich too. Congratulations to her though. She's the one that did. She's one of the ones that did it. She's great.
So
I just don't like it.
That's our two things I want to branch into off of what you just said. First, before we get into Meech's working with females on the outside to maintain his high profile, let's talk about where. So obviously the Flannery brothers were involved in trafficking long before they met you. Tell us about you meeting them. Tell us about the Mexicans come to collect their debt, and tell us about.
That's a big gap in time. You feel me? So when we lay it out, it's kind of like I gotta just kind of run this shit, and you stop me when you're ready to stop me.
No, go ahead.
Right? So basically, sometime 99, 2000, around this time, DJ Pooh, a mentor of mine, responsible for the movies Friday, Three Strikes, things like that. He had wrote me into a movie.
The one that got robbed by Debo.
Yeah, he one got knocked the fuck out. That's Red from Friday, DJ Pooh, my big homie, my OG. Now, he's also the person that made fucking Los Santos, GTA 5. He made the LA, and he made my homeboy Solo is Franklin from GTA. Solo was one of DJ Pooh's artists. Cam and Solo was signed to DJ Pooh. Even the other one, the first one that was in LA, yeah, that was Melee. That's the other homie Melee. That's DJ Pooh, man, is one of the greatest pioneers on the West Coast, bro. DJ Pooh is one of the greatest pioneers. Solo is the one that was in the beef with Ice Cube back in the day, because I was so young, I don't even remember exactly how it went, so I like to be politically correct. And Solo, my nigga, and I don't know Cube like that. I met him before, but I don't know him like that. And I know, listen, Solo, I used to be in his front yard. I used to be in Solo front yard gangbanging when I was a kid. Solo a gangbanger from 1180 East Coast. He's an OG. Franklin from GTA is a real street nigga. If people don't know, he's a real street nigga, and he come up under DJ Pooh as well. But anyway, DJ Wayne Wayne, a dude named Wayne Wayne, Southwest T, Big Meech get with DJ Pooh, trying to get DJ Pooh to help them with their record label, Stomping Ground
Wayne
Entertainment.
Joyner. That's Wayne Joyner.
Yeah, Wayne Wayne. So Wayne Wayne knew DJ Pooh. He's the one that brought Meech and Southwest T to DJ Pooh. Okay. When they get to DJ Pooh was in the middle of writing, I believe, The Wash at that time. He was writing the movie The Wash, and they doing a TV show about The Wash. Shout out to Pooh, man. You doing great shit, bro. You already know I love you, my nigga. I see all that shit you doing. You better put me in some of this shit, though. Now, he was writing The Wash. Pooh didn't really have the time, you know what I'm saying, to put in. He fuck with him, but he like, man, I can't do it. But hold on. Y'all sign Blue, and all that shit y'all need to get done in music. Blue can handle it. He can do all the shit, and anything he need help with, I'm right here. He can come to me and boo, get it done, y'all.
So you were already it's somewhat a little bit ahead of
what, man? I was already in Paramount Films, bro. I was already in the movies. I didn't already travel with Razzcast to Germany and all these places on a Priority Records major record deal with him as his roadie, but he had the record deal, but I was with him. I was already exposed to the industry, bro. It's already lights, camera, action on major motion pictures, not the hood shit. And Paramount, you know, I was getting killed by leprechauns in movies and shit already. I'm sitting next to Warwick Davis while he's turning into the leprechaun. I'm getting all the shit from him killing me on my neck.
You were in that. Okay, you were in the leprechaun. Okay.
I was a baby celebrity already before I knew who Meech and them was. So we're gonna fix this whole narrative of they turned me into who I am, and we're gonna really see what happened with us through all these interviews. All right, so basically, boom. Once they get together, boom, they plug me with Meech T and Wayne Wayne. And that's under the pretense of Stomping Ground Entertainment, LLC, or however they had it, which I had nothing to do with the creation of that. It was already done. It was a label. And Baba, my bad. He a snitch too, but his name was Baba. That was Meech's best friend when I met Meech. His name was Baba. He from the D2. But Baba was my man then. That was my number one guy. He's the guy that was doing the running around for the Stomping Ground label. So he was driving me around everywhere so I could do all the work, because these is actual just straight 100% drug street niggas. I'm a gangbanger from LA, but I'm a gangbanger entertainer. I didn't already mended myself with both. You feel me? I'm a Crip from the east side of LA. I done did all the shooting and with the homies and did all the shit, but I didn't got into this music shit with Razzcast, and I'm pursuing entertainment at this point when I meet Meech and them, right? But I'm still fully, I got jumped in the hood when the first 2 months, 3 months, I was fucking with Meech and them. I got jumped by my OGs in my hood, Sneaking Twin from One Eye and East Coast. Yeah, well, shout out to them too. Them still my homies and shit. But shit, I was getting jumped in the hood because I was looking like I was balling so hard with these niggas. The niggas didn't know what I was doing. So once they put me with them, we running around doing all the shit for Stomping Ground, like the graphics, and I'm doing the photo shoots and all that shit. But I'm spearheading the shit because I'm the entertainment nigga. They never knew nothing about entertainment. Big Meech ain't never knew nothing about no record deals and contracts and how the shit really go on the inside of entertainment. But he liked the music. He know what a hit record is. He'd have been one of the best A&Rs in the game or best presidents because he know how to move money around. He know how to attract people. He know how to put people together. He's great for the music industry. He was he was the next baby, if you ask me. What Big Meech was, all I had to do was get him on that mic. I had got him on the camera. See, this is the thing, bro. Meech and them had been selling dope for a long time. So he was like 15, laying in the ground with the 50 boys, right? And you can see like some pictures from them being back in the day in the clubs and shit with some clothes on, taking photos and shit like that, right? But you never seen Big Meech in the light that you seen him in once you saw visually BMF with a logo, with t-shirts, with cars, with jewelry, with all of the people from different states. See, that ain't what he was doing his whole life, what they showing on that TV show. See, what they showing on that TV show, it ain't BMF. They ain't have no BMF chains like that got on that TV show back in the day. No, they didn't. That's a motherfucking lie. Everybody from the D know there wasn't no BMF chains and shit back then. No, it wasn't. Because that nigga didn't make them molds until the 2000s with Jacob the Jeweler and them and shit like that. That's when
and that was your name. You came up with that name?
Nope. What, BMF? No, I didn't. They was already the nigga. See, this is what the discrepancy is. See, some niggas in Detroit was taking it as I said I made up BMF. No, I did not. No, I didn't. No, I did not. I never.
You just said let's make it an entertainment company.
No, I didn't. No, I did not. I did not say that. I'm gonna tell you what happened though, because I'm giving niggas their credit. And when I get done talking, everybody that's supposed to be lit gonna be lit. Not just Meech T, Little Meech, and Southwest T and a quarterway J-Bo because they thought he was somebody before I smashed his bitch ass. Now watch this. Nigga, it came a time where Southwest T did not want to claim BMF no more. Okay. At this time, how the crews were, they were basically segregated. All of the basically the Detroit people were with Southwest T, and all of the new niggas that came with Blue, and then you add Throwback to that because that came through Meech baby mama and out here in Florida. So he was already with Meech. Meech fucked with him on his own. But me, Bull, Baby Blue, Big Cuz, all the rest of these niggas that's with Meech came with me. All right. When that happened, there was a segregation between us. Like, I felt personally like T didn't like that shit. Like, me and Meech got too close, and that's his brother. And they supposed to be doing everything together. But now, it's me and Meech riding around every day, and we gang banging all in Atlanta, and I'm bringing new niggas. And Meech, at first, I wasn't allowed to bring nobody around. I couldn't even tell people where I was at, who I was with. That's part of the reason why I got jumped in the hood, because I was driving Meech cars, but I couldn't tell nobody who I was with or what I was doing. So it was a mystery in my hood. And that kind of probably frustrated niggas. And they felt like, nigga, you ain't telling, like, nigga, fuck this nigga then, cuz. Like, and Wino ain't fucking with him right now. There's issues with my big homie Wino that was producing me for a while at the time in the hood. So I was catching flack in my neighborhood behind kicking it with Meech and them back then. You know what I'm saying? But I knew what I was on. I'm like, these niggas got the bread. These niggas really trying to do this music. I didn't care about nothing but making the music shit work. I never, bro, I'm gonna be honest with you. When I first met, niggas could say, I was young, bro. They could say I was stupid or whatever. Nigga, I didn't even recognize or know that them niggas was selling dope, nigga, until a while after I was already around them niggas. I never even thought about it.
And you probably didn't realize the scale it was at.
I didn't care. See, I was used to being around niggas with money and celebrities with money. So it's not strange for me to see some independent niggas that got some money.
How old were you when you met them?
Like
you're
19,
you're a little younger than me, so you were
45.
Like 23.
I'm 45. I'm
so
45.
You're about 22,
no, I was like
23.
I was like 19 years old, bro, 20 years old when I met Meech.
Oh, 99. So, yeah, okay, yeah, right. Yeah.
Yeah, I was young. I was young. You know what I'm saying? So
what year did that DVD with Smack get made?
Like 2003 or 2.
Who's that? Like, was there no adult that said, hey, this isn't a good idea?
Why wouldn't it be a good idea? Because I was promoting a record label. You guys act like we was promoting drug dealing, like we was in crack spots, cooking up crack, like this is what we doing. Nigga, Cash Money did it, they were just fine. Why I couldn't do it?
Well, because
what?
they had no valid source of income to show.
Who didn't?
He didn't. For him to say,
Who was he?
Meech.
Neither did Birdman, but he could do it. Neither did Master P. He tells you he started with his $3 million from drug money. He never did. See, this is what the problem is. People, the core people knew that niggas sold dope, so they condemned us when we was making our run. The core people didn't know that Birdman then was selling dope when Cash Money them started back then, when it was all them niggas and doing all of they NFL and all of they little, with, you know, before Cash Money got their deal, they was big in New Orleans off street money. And that's how we was big in Atlanta. So just because I was putting up billboards that said The World is BMF's Volume 1, which was a mixtape with the owners of the company on a billboard, Jermaine Dupri, he's the owner of his company, and he's got his billboard on one side, and we don't have our company, we got ours on the other side. Why is it looked at as drugs?
Was that
and not
your
music?
idea? Was that your idea?
Yes,
billboard?
Yes, that was my idea, and Juice, the one that wouldn't attain them motherfuckers for us with Meech Money. Yes. It was my idea. That's what we were doing in LA. Where Razcast had the billboards. Like nigga Badass had the billboard. My homeboys that I fucked with had Snoop Dogg had the billboards. They would be all around LA. So in Atlanta, as soon as I get off the plane, I come up the highway, and every time I land there, I got to see Jermaine Dupri, home of So Def. Welcome to Atlanta, home of So Def. This is his record label billboard. I wanted the same thing. I told Meech, bro, man, we need our shit up there, bro. So now when niggas land, they gonna see BMF Entertainment Incorporated. So we had two, nigga. We had one on the left that said BMF Entertainment Incorporated, the world is BMF's. And then the one with our faces on it on the other side. That had the ambassador of Miami giving us the keys or whatever back in the day when we got the keys to Miami or something back in the day. We taped it. I used that photo shoot and used it for ARC. It was me, J-Bo, and Meech on there. And I named J-Bo the one of the owners of this company because this company was established and running before J-Bo even came around us. You understand what I'm saying? We already had BMF rolling, then J-Bo came around, then I made him who he was in that company, which wasn't
So when
nobody
you
because
say,
never went no paperwork.
who did come up with the name BMF? Was it just something they were calling?
They was
themselves?
already, D-Boys was that Beach and them was already saying Black Mafia family as they quiet as kept crew. Like it wasn't the B. See, that's why they created Stomping Ground, because they didn't want BMF and lights like that. BMF was the drug side with the street shit. So that was their personal shit. That's who they was personally together. Like niggas didn't even really say BMF.
So how did
But
that
hold on.
turn into the record label?
I'm finna give it to you. Once these niggas broke up, and T no longer wanted to be considered as BMF, okay, or maybe they wasn't even that far ahead. No, I sped up. That's two different situations. Before T did that, T didn't want to do Stomping Ground Entertainment no more. He wanted to do R&B shit in LA. Meech wanted to do rap shit in Atlanta. That's what segregated them two niggas, for real, for real. They was on two separate times and two separate points in their life. Meech was like a young nigga. He was the older one. He was the rowdy young nigga, hip hop nigga, and T was the more, oh man, we living in Beverly Hills, hiding, the only nigga that's illegal living in Beverly Hills. Like these people don't know. Fuck out of here. Like, nigga, you the only fucking drug dealer living in Beverly Hills. These people been over here, nigga, since Beverly Hills was built. You think these white people don't know who their neighbors and shit is, nigga? And if you ain't got no big contract and you ain't Puffy or one of these niggas, and you ain't no big businessman in this city that's making millions of dollars and they all gonna know who you is when you move into the city because the shakers and movers that's legal know who they is. Come on, nigga, you sticking out like a sore thumb over there. I could have told you that. Now, at least Meech nigga was smart enough to go out to the valley and shit where you could kind of mend in and blend in with the shit, and then they don't know. Nigga in Beverly Hills, your ass is out there, nigga. They don't fuck with niggas like that over there, boy, especially rich ones. So while he wanted to do that and we wanted to do this, it was a segregation. The segregation made Stomping Ground Entertainment go defunct. That's why that TV show ain't called Stomping Ground Entertainment. That's why it's called BMF. Had Stomping Ground Entertainment.
So at what point
Had Stomping Ground Entertainment never went defunct, dog, niggas never would have been saying BMF, and the shit that would have went popular and got indicted would have been Stomping Ground Entertainment, and that TV show would have been called Stomping Ground Entertainment. Swear to God, because that was Meech and T Company. That was the BMF. The first version of BMF was called Stomping Ground Entertainment, nigga.
So if the BMF Black Mafia family was the street side that they kept quiet, when did that turn into something? Hey, let's put this on a t-shirt.
When T decided to not be around us, and Meech had us all in Atlanta, and we was turning up without T and them, we was getting lit, and they started calling us Meechie's boys in Atlanta. That's how we turned into BMF. So we get back to LA one time. Meech cooked one of his famous pots of spaghetti. Come on, he cooked that spaghetti though. That boy Meech cooked that spaghetti. We call it candy getty. That nigga throw all kind of sugar and shit in it, and that shit be like annihilator spaghetti. So we eating the spaghetti, and that nigga Meech, and we in Gardena, California. That nigga Meech say, man, shit, man, T don't want to do the Stomping Ground shit. We ain't gonna do the Stomping Ground shit. We got to do the new label, man. I'm tired of these motherfuckers calling y'all niggas Meechie boys anyway, man. What we gonna call this shit? And it was my cousin Bull from Nutty. It was Bull with the braids that did American Gangster. That was on the History Channel first while we was all in jail.
I interviewed him too.
Okay.
Yeah.
Bull is the one that said, fuck it, nigga. Y'all niggas be saying that BMF shit. We might as well run with that for the record label, nigga. Fuck it. So that nigga Meech was like, fuck it then, Blue, go ahead, nigga. Go get the shit done. Go. So Meech tell me, look, he tell me, Blue, you go do the paperwork and get the BMF shit done. Cause we ain't gonna put my name on it, because if something happened, I don't want the shit to fuck that up. We got to have that to make sure we straight. So now, from that point on, Blue won't fuck with I wasn't fucking with drugs before that point. But from that point on, it was for sure solid. Blue ain't fucking with this other side. He got to stay clean. He got to just do music. And that's what he doing. He's running the music side. So now once BMF Entertainment was born, I went and incorporated it solely. Meech's name ain't on that paperwork for that reason that you're saying. Not because it's not his company, because I still consider BMF Entertainment to be Meech's company. Even after he told or did a third-party cooperation or whatever. It's still his company because he's the one, it was his name, My cousin said, let's use the name. Meech said, nigga, all right, go start that. And he started putting his bag behind it to run the company. I was just the marketing mind behind the company. I am the one that put the company together and made it operate how it operated through his bread. No, I wasn't a rich drug dealer that had all the money and put BMF out there. No, I am not claiming to be that. I had never said that I was. I am the marketing genius that turned BMF Entertainment into a household name, an urban household name, so all you guys know what it is today. I am the one that took the money with the marketing strategy to make that happen. Okay, that's who I am in the situation. I was never claiming to be the big drug dealer or none of that shit. You know what I'm saying? That's my job was to do the music, and that's what I did. I did it well.